working with sundress but don't have head start and stuck with design phase? No need to worry more. Our today's tutorial is going to answer to your question. We are going to design a beautiful sundress with elastic straps. Let us start with work. First thing we are going to do is, of course, the cutting phase. We are using a sundress pattern which is already on dresscraft.com, free itself. You can download it from there. If you didn't find a desired measurement, you can purchase it as well from craftsy.com. So this is the promotion part. Let's back to the work. This is the bodice part, which is about 7 inch in height, and the other measurement is going to display in the description soon, or you are going to trigger over here as well. So if you didn't find it, just try to search on description or come back later. I have just mapped my pattern and figure out on the edges and just cut it from with the scissor bar. The last one was the front part, and this is my back part. In the sundress, this is the easiest thing, that the front and the back bodice is going to be with the same measurement, because we are using bi-step or strap thing, so it doesn't need to be very much problematic over there. I'm just particular about the extra stuff which is on the table, so I've just cleaned them. This is the final bodice with the front and back as well. As you can see, this is 7 inch long. I'm just mapping my measurement tape, and this is how I'm going to explain the full length. I'm explaining you the full length, that it is going to be around 11 inch of skirt, 7 inch of bodice, and about 3 inch or 2.5 inch of strap. So the age, the full size of frock or the full size of dress of sundress, and the bodice height, you are going to fetch out in the details in the description box. Please go to the description box and try to fetch. If you got the link, then go to that link and just copy it from that. I'm already offering the pattern for it, the free pattern for it, but if you guys want measurement, because some people are not familiar and not comfortable with the patterns, or just a new beginners which are not familiar with the patterns, can go along very well with the measurement as well. As you can see, I have taken a rectangular piece and just measure it along 11 inch and just cut it out. You can also use a scale or a ruler and try to chalk it with fabric chalk or fabric color to mark the straight line, so there is no complication of it. You can see that how much measurement I am doing here. I'm going to cut out the 10% of my fabric in the width, because I need it for the width, and I'm just out of fabric right now. This is not the case actually. The thing is that we don't want so much of volume, because this fabric has a big yard. You can see on the right hand side to left hand side, the full part. Now this is the thing that we are starting with the sewing process. Okay, let me tell you what I am doing right now. I am working with the front bodice part. We are using original organic lace, which you can buy from any particular fabric store or lace store, or even online it can be available. so you can buy from it. As you can see, I have just sewn it over the along with the neckline. By step Sundress also have a neckline, of course, and I have just sewn it along with the neckline, and I just beneath 2 inch or 3 inches is just according to you, because it is a design process, as you can see, so it can be amended according to your need and according to your lace and according to your style. So it can be amended. The basic part is the basic sundress is just going to have the bodice, the skirt and the bias tape. Even if you don't want it elastic in it, you just remove the elastic and just go with the simple strap. I'm just doing a simple seam along with the second lace layer. You can see that is a ruffle kind of look that we are going to achieve at the end. So this is the bias tape, and I'm going to assemble it, at how it looks and things, but let me tell you the detail of the process and then we will discuss more on it. Some of our viewers suggest that I need to do a measurement. Of course I know that, and due to less time I would just forget to do that. I really apologize for that, and maybe I didn't do any harm with you guys but I'm trying to do this. As you can see, I'm installing the elastic along with a strap. The 3 inch or 2.5 inch in width we have cut it before at the end of the cutting phase. I'm just sewing the elastic over inside it and place the elastic between. If you have 3 inch or 2.5 inch, just place the elastic in the center and just cover it from both sides and just make a single elastic and just make a single seam on it, and you get a very quick and very nicely done elastic strap with it. I'm telling you on record, and this is the thing, you can see that it is going to be very comfortable, and it is a knit elastic which is going to be very comfortable for the shoulder, and it will not going to itch or not going to drop from the shoulder again and again, because tits are more careless, or you can say more they don't need to be very much they're annoyed when you're going to say that the care of your clothes and this and that. So try to be comfortable with them, that give them a clothing which makes them comfortable, not annoyed. So this is the sundress upper part of bodice or front bodice, and I'm just sewing the prepared elastic strap along with, and just making a single seam along with, and just this is a single seam work I'm telling you, but just make a double sew over on the face which has elastic which has strap and bodice you are attaching. Just make a double sew on it, just for the quality and just for the strongness of the bond they are having. As you can see, this is the understitch thing. I'm just sewing the arm. Sundress also have the half arm obviously, so you are just going to have a single seam on it which is going to be understitch. We are going to revert it back, and it is going to look very well in it. I love under stitch and under seam. It looks very nice, and it is very good for kids, because the sewing or the stitches some times are going to itch the kid, and the fabric is itching the kid, the salvages part is itching the makes a itch to the kid, and they may be annoyed, they become annoyed with it. So try to be a nice, don't take the sewing for granted, take it as a responsibility, because the small things are going to be very much important after some time. As you can see, I've made the notches and revert the piece. This is the we have the final layout we got. You can see the front part is ready. As you can see, I have taken my elastic strap and sewing it with the back bodice neckline, and doing the straight seam along with the next strap as well. As we have done with front under seam, so we need to done with it as well. So I'm going to place one more fabric over it just as it is. You don't need to move it on this and that. I'm just going to make a sew along with the edges, which is from one armhole to next armhole, and it covers the strap which we have just sewn on the back bodice. So if you are having difficulty in it, let me know. I'm going to explain it. I think it is very much clear. If you don't need to be bothered with it, you don't need to do understitch. I like to do understitch, as I have already told you, because it is very much comfortable for the kids and it is very easy to do. You don't need to do a very much difficult work. I can say that. Hope you guys are getting along with it. This is a very cool thing, and it is very nice for the winter because you are going to wear it with a turtleneck shirt. Okay, I'm done with the back bodice under stitch and just making a notches, and after that I'm going to revert the piece and the final bodice look is going to appear in front of you. Here you go. It looks like a photo frame kind of thing. Anyways, if you're getting my voice not clear or something like that, let me know, or the video quality as well, because we are working on the things, but this is the available resources we are using right now. Let us see when we are going to improve it. I'm just stitching the sides of the bodice. Or you can say that I'm just assembling the lace very well, so it is not going to revert upside and downside, and in the place where girl is going to wear it originally. I've just done with the seam side. Hope you guys are getting along with it. If you are not, just fetch for more videos for it. You are going to have this very much clear. As you can see, I'm just picking up the one side of the fabric and just seam it, so the other one is going to cover it. You can see that I'm just making a simple sew because it is understood. That's why this is something technical that you need to do along with me, otherwise you just miss the point. here you go. This is our final look of bodice. Final look, ultimate look. You can also say that this is a sundress with ruffles. Very cute, very nice, and very nicely structured with the gingham. As you can see, I am doing a final finishes seam, which is I used to do on understitch riveted part, because it makes the fabric stitched joint very well. So nobody gets that this is an understitch thing, because understitch thing is something that makes the frock or makes the dress permanent, and it makes your kid comfortable, that the selvages part and the edges and the extra threads are irritating the kids. It's not going to do a major thing, because we are going to stitch the part and it is the samely covered as the front part. I'm just doing, this is the extra job, so you can't skip this. You have to do this when you are doing understitch. It is very much necessary in my point of view. If you are a sister as well and don't do this thing, so don't bother, because sewing is no universal. Sewing doesn't have any universal rule in my point of view. I always do a custom thing. So if you doesn't agree with me, you don't need to be, because you have your own space and I have my own space. And I'm just about to finish this understitch thing. This is a very simple and singular seam, and I just got irritated when I was just doing this. Okay, this is the bodice final look. This is the final, really final look. I'm just kept saying that the final look, and this is the really final look. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm just making a single sew along with the bottom part of the bodice. So the understitch part, the back part and the front part is not going to fight with each other. They have to be stitched on the upper side of the neckline, so they have to stitch from the bottom, so the fabric didn't move from here to there. It looks like this after seams, and you can see that this is also looks like a blouse kind of thing, or a tank skirt, tank top. Oh my god, I have just made a tank top. Okay, let me do make a notches in the middle. We have the sides, okay, and in the just middle of the dress we need, in the just middle of the bodice we need to make a notch. So because we are going to assemble a skirt with it, and we need to do a gathers on the skirt. By the way, if you need a manual gathers and you are not finding machine gathers very well and not coming along with it very well, so you just need to follow my one of the dress I have just done, and its link is appearing just above in the white eye. This is just coming up there, in which I have just made manual gatherings, and you are going to love it because it was just amazingly done and very much easy thing. I'm also going to do something similar in the new video, which is just going to have handmade sewings and hand sewings part. Just little bit tweak I'm doing. I'm just attaching the pocket over the skirt, so it looks very much fancy and very much cool. As you can also assume that you are going to attach some laces in the bottom part just to make it fancy. As you can see, this is a red and Christmas is also coming along. You can just make for your kids, just buy the red gingham or red polka dots dress and just make it and wear it with a white turtleneck t-shirt with white pajama, with white legging, or even with the jeans. This is going to be very much nice for that. It just got an idea with it. I'm just attaching the pocket. As you can see, this pocket is made up of lace. I have just sewn on the bodice. So if you didn't have that lace so much white, so you can skip this part or try to make the white one for you, or the embroidered white thing. Anything work here, any color would work here. So I'm just making this thing is very much red and white kind of thing, so it looks very nice on the Christmas environment, because it's just going to come along it and everyone wants a Christmas thing. Holidays are coming, so let's see what we are going to have in our pockets. I'm removing the thread from here. This is just a simple skirt making part we are following. Now the second part. Similar thing we have followed, so I'm just making it a little bit faster. You can see the last one, so we are going to move it fast. Okay, we are done with the second pocket as well. So this is how it looks. I'm just I have just cut it out the both front and back skirt, and going to sew it along from the sides, and then going to apply it in the bodice with the gathers. As you can see, I'm just giving a single sew line. I'm doing just a single seam over it, and after that I'm just removing the excess part of the first thread. We are almost done with the second stitch as well. So now this is how it looks after sewing the sides of the skirts. So what we are going to do here is we are going to give gathers to the skirt in a very quick and fast way, and after doing that gathers, we are going to attach it with the with the bodice part, along with the bottom of the bodice and the skirt top So let me start with the gathers thing. If you are not good at gathers with the machine sewing, or you are afraid of press footers, so you can watch the tutorial of long bodice dress, which has a manual gathering. I have just taught you in a very deep way, though, so it is very much helpful for you. I'm also going to make it in a standalone version, so don't need to worry about it as well. This is how I'm just doing a simple gathers, and if you are very much comfortable with this doing a normal gathers with along with the sewing machine, so you don't need to do a manual gathers, but I am telling you that is very much useful for you if you know it. It can be very easier for any sewist, a beginner sewist as well, are very much good for beginner sewist as well. I've done with my gathers. Now I'm going to assemble it, or you can say I'm going to attach it with the front body with the bodice part in a very quick manner, because it is going to just have a single sew. Just coordinate the horizons with it and just make a single seam along with it. The front, the top part of the skirt, which has the gather, and the bodice part at the bodice bottom, which already have a one seam. As you remember, we already done in the just about 6 minutes ago, or 7, 8, 10 minutes ago. This is a very much quick and handy design if you can do at your home for Christmas, and can be wear with the turtleneck shirt, a normal shirt, very much visible. Turtleneck t-shirt actually, and t-shirts, not shirts, and with the jeans, and with the, you can also make it for you guys as well, as if you are going, if you know grading, so you can just download the pattern from the dresscraft.com of the free sundress pattern, and just make it for yourself, and just grade the pattern, because grading is not so much difficult part. You can do it for yourself. I'm just about to complete. Here you go, the body, the gathers, and the attachment of the joints. Here you go, how it looks like, the size and the whole look is looking very nice. Okay, the bottom, this is the thing, a very cute, nice little dress, and how it looks. As you can notice that I have done with the bottom, so I'm just fetching out my low width lace and going to assemble it along with the bottom. So we have very much lace and organic lace kind of feeling over here. I'm going to tell you that what lace you can use and what you should not, in what fabric. As you can see, this is a very lightweight and very cozy fabric, and so this very much organic laces are doing very good with them. Let me start with the lace thing. Here you go. I'm just attaching just trying to find out the best point from where I can start. And after, when I just, this is the side of the frock, the side part of the skirt. We have two sides, if you can remember. I'm just attaching the lace along with the bottom. If you don't want, I always recommend that the bottom part would be very much clearer and very much cutie pie type of thing, because the skirt must have become the weightage in the skirt. If you bring the lace or just attach the bias tape along with it, it become the very much, it gives the extra added value to it, you can say that. I'm just doing a seam all around the skirt part, and if, as you can see, I've just made the skirt and into a bottom seam can be done as well. Device just missed that. We are just about to complete the dress, and so this is a simple sundress with ruffle look, very good for Christmas. A terrific look. I am also going to link a decorative part of it, because it is very much going to have the fun with it, you know. And this part is, I'm just doing a single overlay sew after reverting it back, because this is a zigzag lace, so it needs a very much terrific look when you just sew it and revert it back and just do again seam it, so it looks very nice. I have also done the same similar technique with the A-line without A-line with zipper, without pattern t-shirt, without pattern tunic. Okay guys, this is done for today. If you like it, just subscribe to us and leave a comment below, and follow us on dresscraft.com. Also know your thoughts about us. Thank you.